I'll put it up here in a minute. Let me change this out. Put it up here in a bit. What is going on, net, dude? Benny, what is going on?
What's going on, bro? Can you hear me
What's
good?
up?
I got my mic on. Are you able to hear me good?
Sounds good, man.
All right, cool.
Yeah, we'll just wait a few minutes, let everybody hop in, and then we'll start. We'll start doing our thing.
Let's see here how I can change this.
I'll put your photos up here in a minute.
I'm trying
Why
to
is this
figure out
thing
how
not popping up?
change the background.
Oh, you got to click on your photo.
I got to do it down there, don't I?
Man, well. Let me see. Nah, if you click, well, yeah, on yours, it should say enhanced. I don't know. You should have an enhanced, I think.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Let me see.
Yeah, you click enhance and then hit effects. And then hit, you got to have it in your photos. So you hit green screen. You should see like trending, new, play, tool. You just keep going to the right. You'll see the word green screen. And you want to pick the one on green screen. You want to pick the one that's to the left with an arrow pointing down. Top left. You click that. And then you go up top where it's got the plus symbol. And when you hit that, it's gonna go to your photos, and you pick the one you want. I'm trying to get my camera to. Let me see. Man, I don't know why. Oh, I know what I need to do. See. Look what I'm watching right now, bro.
What's that?
You see it, Benny?
Yeah.
Some old school.
Pumping iron? Or no?
That's Arnold right there. No, it's Arnold.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You ever seen the movie Pumping Iron?
Yeah, that's what I said. That's what I thought it was. Pumping iron. Yeah.
Oh, well, it's not. Yeah, it's not Pumping Iron, but there are like footage and parts of Pumping Iron in here. This is just called Arnold, episode 1. This is just him like talking about growing up in Austria and how he, came to his own conclusion that he needed to come to America and all that. It's kind of cool. I'll tell you one thing that he points out is he talks about the imagination, which the Bible already tells us that, but the way he said it, which again, the Bible says it, it's just another guy confirming it.
Uh-huh.
That if you actually put a picture in your mind, you can do it. And obviously
I actually seen some of that. I remember he was talking about his childhood and how his pops was kind of tough on them. They used to work out and they used to earn their meals. Had to earn breakfast.
Right. Absolutely. Dre, what's up, dude? Let me see.
Yeah,
I'm finally downloading. I'm doing.
You would have to
No,
what?
go ahead. What?
I would have to go out, change my profile picture because I'm not necessarily. If I put it on green screen, I'm gonna be in the camera. And
you got to turn the camera
don't worry
towards
about
the
it.
front.
I got it, bro. I got you.
Okay. Dre, you said turn the camera away from me?
Either way, bro. No, just hit the button because you remember your camera should have a front and a rear camera.
It's better if Trot does it because it's going to be cut off. So Trot, change the layout and then it'll be better that way. Because even when I did it, Benny's going to have the same. Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Fat boy, look
there
at
we go,
that
Benny.
boy.
We got you, bro.
Benny's a clone, bro. Benny's a clone. He went to Colombia and got a lipo.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he did, bro. Got lipo.
Hey, the secret to it is just keep shaking your head left and right. Just keep shaking your head left and right, especially
right.
food.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's funny. What Kanye did. Kanye went to go get liposuction, bro. Got right back fat again.
Hey, that's a common thing. I see a couple guys doing it. This popular rapper. They all talk about him. He got a tummy tuck or something, and I think he got his chest worked on too.
That's crazy, bro.
He didn't want to put the work in.
Yeah. When you don't earn it, bro, it goes away. It goes away real fast when you don't earn it.
Yeah. It's better to earn it. I want a clone too. Who said that? Somebody said they want a clone. What?
That's my wife right there.
She said I want a clone too.
Yeah. Say hi to everybody, baby.
She's like, that was it. That was my hello. That's that heifer talk, bro.
This is the infamous Trot and Dre, the one I be telling you about. So I tell her tune in the mornings.
Yeah, buddy.
To hear the shadows, because boy, it's something to hear.
Yeah. So just real quick, Dre. So literally, it takes me 5 minutes to download the videos from TikTok to my iPad. It only takes like maybe 5 minutes, and I haven't got to our I wanted just to see how long it would take to download that 2 hours to YouTube, and it's been 30 minutes, and it took 30 minutes to download, and it just started uploading, and it's been probably 2 or 3 minutes. It's in the uploading process. So 35, it's almost been 40 minutes, and one video still ain't even uploaded yet.
Oh, that's great. Well, not great, but I told you it takes a while, bro.
How long does it normally take you to do the whole process? Just one video, the whole process?
It could be 45 minutes, bro.
So it could be an hour, the whole process.
Yeah, oh yeah. That's why I told you I used to do them every day, because at least it would be like 45 minutes a day versus trying to do 2, 3, 4 of them at the end of the week on a weekend. Was like, oh heck no, bro.
No, I think I know what I'm gonna do though. Is every morning. I need to get the descaled one up, but every morning what I'm gonna do is while we're live, I'm gonna do 1 or 2 of them while we're live so I can catch up. That's what I'll do, like during the show, and then probably 1 right after. So within a week or so, we should have all of them done. But I need to get the new YouTube. I tried to put it on my account, but it didn't go as smooth as I thought. So I have to do it.
Let me say this real quick.
Get it.
My daughter's in here, High Sugar, and I want you to follow the host, and follow Dre Descaled in the box. Follow both of them, and whenever you see them live, make sure you join in and listen, because it's some power in these lives, and that's why I attend every day.
Yeah, and then this is one of my accounts, so maybe another day you can center my actual account. I don't have that up here. I should have. Well, not going to be able to do that right now, but yeah, so we're just going to go ahead and get started, man. We're going to get in there and
let's do it.
We're going to do it. So basically, just about everybody that's in here, because, Benny, not everybody comes like right at the time. I mean, it's just how it is. But everybody pretty much knows for the past at least month, I've been letting y'all know that Benny was going to have a session to talk about nutrition. He was going to talk about working out, exercise, whatever fits your fancy on how you want to word that. But with that being said, if you don't have pen or paper, or you don't have your notes or what have you, you might want to get something out. And if you have to take notes for a family member, then take notes for a family member, man. But Benny's gonna kind of start off with, I'm pretty sure it's just gonna be one of those, hey man, I done had enough. I'm gonna do something about it. And what Benny's actually gonna go through is that you reap what you sow, man. You only get what you put in. So he's going to kind of prove that just going over nutrition, and Benny's going to do his thing. Go ahead, bro.
Exactly. So yeah, about a year ago, man, I was about 270. I was in the range of 270, chasing 280. So I got extremely heavy. And so it was like, man, I wanted to get in shape because it was just hard to do day-to-day life. It was just hard. So one day I said, man, I'm just going to try it. And I had started walking. That started helping me to lose a little weight right there. So I started walking. And then all of a sudden, I did a little fast. It was like a 2-day, almost a 3-day fast where I just only drank water. And I had took like a detox kit from Walmart. Well, after that, I decided, man, I'm not finna put anything else that's unhealthy in my body because I just did all that, and I'm not finna, negate all that I just did. So I had got rid of my boxes of chips. I mean, I used to order chips on Amazon. I'm talking about cakes, cookies, chips. I had a commissary in my room.
Hold on, bro. Hold on. What? Yeah. Where did that idea come, bro? Who is thinking like, wait a minute, I know how to do this better. I'm gonna order chips online. Like, how did that become a thing?
Greedy.
What do you mean, bro? Like, okay, hold on. So
I was greedy.
So instead of going, so there was, okay, hold on. Were you looking for a specific chip or what? Like,
I mean, yeah, I used to like the extra flaming hot Cheetos, right?
Okay. So they didn't have them at the store.
They had them in big bags, but they didn't have them in like individual bags and like big boxes. You know what I mean? So like the 50 pack.
Oh, okay. You wanted the big boy box. Okay, so yeah, what got you to start walking? I mean, I understand everything you said, but were you like talking to a friend, or you just said, "Well, I got to start doing something"? Like what?
Well, honestly, I had got a new gig. I had got a job, right? So I started working, and this construction job, it was just all day walking. And this building is so huge. I mean, I had no choice. I was going from probably 1,000 steps a day to over 10,000 a day, maybe even 20,000. That's about what I average, is about 15 to 20,000 steps
at that job.
So, right.
Okay.
So that right there shed the initial probably 20, 30 pounds. And then I started feeling better. So I started like, my mind started transforming, right? So that's when I did the fast and then the detox. And then from there, I got rid of all the bad food. I mean, all of it. So I kind of took the extreme route.
So what got you? Okay, so what got you on fasting? Where did this idea come from?
Well, I knew I wanted to flush my system. So of course the idea comes from the Bible, but
right.
And I also wanted to break some strongholds, right? So I wanted to I wanted to break some strongholds and tell my mind, or show my body that I'm in control. My mind is in control of you.
Yeah.
So I started with that fast, and the detox came, and of course that detox flushed me out. So
yeah, what? Now let me ask
once
you real
I
quick.
got
So
done,
let me ask you this though. Let me ask you this real quick. Okay, so were you like, okay, I'm gonna fast for 1 day, and then that just turned into 2, or did you start off, I'm gonna fast for 2 days, or what?
I said I was gonna do a 3-day fast.
Okay, so right off the rip, 3 days.
Right.
Okay, so after the 3 days, could you tell something was different after the 3 days?
Oh yes, my energy level was crazy. During this time, I had started doing push-ups at work. Like every chance I got, I would drop down and do 30, 40 push-ups. So I'm like, man, I'm walking around, my chest is feeling good, I'm pumped. I'm still overweight, but I'm feeling good and I got energy. And so constantly this whole time, I'm constantly feeding my mind the word, listening to the Bible. Every time I feel like I'm want to eat, I just plow the word. So that was like my meat. So I don't recall if I did the whole 3 days. I know I did 2 for sure, but I think if I'm going to be honest, I want to say I woke up that 3rd day and I had some fruit and some seeds. But
but either way though, either way, you fasted for 2 days. It was going to 3, but you went ahead and you decided to eat. But you could tell your energy level was different after you fasted them couple of days.
Right.
Do you know?
Right.
Do you know where you heard like to fast? Was it just something that you just told yourself? Like, were you just like, hey, you know what? I'm just gonna fast, just not to eat nothing, like on purpose? Was it just you're just doing it just on the wing, or did you hear it would help if you did fast? Well, how'd that go?
No, I did it for spiritual reasons. I was trying to break some strongholds because food wasn't my only problem. I was dealing with alcohol and drugs also. So just to be transparent. So
yeah, right.
I was trying to break some strongholds, and I figured the best way to do it is do it to the extreme, basically.
Yeah.
Instead of taking baby steps. Because one thing about me and most people, when the results don't come fast, we tend to backtrack, we retract. So that's why when I did the diet and I did the fast, I did it's not extreme to maybe you, but to most people, I did it the extreme way because I wanted something quick. And since I did that, I couldn't turn back and say, well, I still got these chips, so I'm gonna just have one. I don't do that.
Yeah.
That's not how my mind works. So I was like, I'm not finna negate all this hard work that I just did. So I got rid of all those snacks, everything. I got rid of all of it.
Yeah. And so you didn't. Hey, so you didn't feel like you needed to hurry up and just eat all of it before you started, or what?
I did do that. Honestly, I did do that before. Yeah, I wasn't giving it away when I was still eating those snacks. Yeah, I was like, man, I'm gonna just finish these, and then I'm not buying anymore. Well, I didn't get a chance to finish them because whatever hit me, it hit me, and I was like, man, I gotta do something.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So now the fast is over. Well, what was the next step?
I did the detox. It was I want to say a 14-day detox. I can't pronounce that berry, but it's ACAI something berry.
Acai.
Yeah. Okay. That was what I did. It was just a little generic Walmart detox, and I just followed the instructions.
Well, why don't you real quick kind of explain to someone that doesn't know like what a detox is? Because I'm not going to explain it. Like I was a personal trainer in the Army for many years. And I could go over detox and I can go over all these things, but I just want you to know, Benny, we're really kind of hitting you up. So why don't you kind of explain what a detox is for them that maybe never heard of it, or maybe they just want someone to explain it like to them that that's already done it to themselves.
Yeah, I'll give you my perspective on it. And so what it is it's supposed to cleanse you out. So it helps you to have bowel movements.
Is that it, Benny, right there? The acai at Walmart?
Yep, that's it right there. Is it 14 day or 10 day? Yep,
14.
14 day. Yeah, 14 days. So uh there's a pattern going on here. You see, I told you 3 days, I only did two. Well, I didn't finish that either. The 14 days, I
Yeah.
cut it off probably a couple days before that. But
Yeah. Hey,
because
Dre,
it was
Dre,
heavy.
put that back. Dre, put that back up just for a little bit, just in case somebody is trying to take notes or write it down. Or, I mean, it's going to be recorded, so don't get me wrong, but just leave it up there just for a little bit. Go ahead, Ben.
Yeah, so I took that right there, and I mean, it cleans you out. You're going to use the bathroom. That's bottom line. You're just going to use the bathroom. And so as I was doing that, I was like, man, I can't put this sludge back in my body. So I slowly, as I was doing this, I was transitioning my eating habits to eat more cleaner. So once I finished doing this cleanse, I pretty much I had my mind made up. I pretty much had made the transition. So it was just a matter of putting it into play day to day.
Yeah.
So
Hey, so
one
let
of
me
the
ask you. Let me ask you this real quick, Ben. So, all right, Dre, I'm gonna go ahead and put his photos back up. So let me ask you this. So, did you play sports in high school?
Yep, I played football. I was a fullback.
Okay, so you have an idea on like how to work out. It, especially if you played football. Were you in bodybuilding or just football?
Well, we did weight training. It was
Yeah,
part of the
circuit weights.
football. Yeah, we
Yeah,
did
circuit
weights.
weights. Yeah. So, but either way, you knew your way. Maybe not an expert, but you had a decent understanding on lifting weights. They
Oh
probably
yeah.
taught you form because I played football too, and I remember going over form. I remember working out with Sister Claire said I lift my Bible. Yeah, right now we're talking about reaping what you sow. We're talking about having somebody discuss the proof of planting a seed and getting a harvest. And we're doing it in a physical way, but the Bible's the same way. So you only get out of what you put in, right? So, in the Army, when I was training people, I would have a group of 20, 30 guys. And there's always one. There's always one. They're like, man, what you're teaching's not working, and he's still the fat boy. And I'm like, that's funny because the other 29, they look just fine. And like we talked, there's always someone that's trying to point the finger at the teacher. And I learned real quick my second year in the Army that people like to lie. They love to lie, man. And if you're dumb enough and if their story is sobby enough, you'll believe a liar. So if your belly is your God, you'll believe the liar every time because all they got to do is tug on your feelings and you'll just believe them. And so there's always one person in a group that will say, oh, man, you're not a good teacher. They're not using these words, but what they're basically telling you is you're not a good teacher because the results you're talking about, they're not happening for me. And you're like, that's funny. So it's happening to the other 29 and they don't have a problem with it, but you don't know how to man up and take responsibility for your failure. You're probably eating bonbons and Cheeto chips every day after you get out of here. I can't go home with you, but I'm going to tell you that you're the one that's lying and you're not a good student. That's what I'm going to tell you. And of course, it is what it is. And so we're just kind of hitting two birds with one stone. Because Benny is telling a approximately 8-month transformation or an 8-month planting seed process, that it took for the harvest to adhere, But I don't even know what a bonbon looks like. Google it. We'll just say Twinkies and ding dongs, okay, or hot cakes or donuts or whatever. But anyhow, Benny, where are we at with you right now, man? So you played football, you played sports, you at least knew your way around the gym, which is good, obviously, because you start getting to a point that you want to get in shape. At least all that training that he got while he was playing football, at least it ain't going to go to waste. He already knows how to do that. And there might be some people that don't even know how to do that. So maybe we can go over real quick something that you could point in the direction of someone that don't even know how to lift weights? Like, what would you say is, maybe there's an app out there? Is there something that you can give them that can help them with that, have good form and not get injured?
Definitely, the time we living in, YouTube, definitely. I mean, TikTok, the internet it's got an overload of information, so you can learn just from that on proper form. And even if you go into the gym, there's people in the facility that can assist you. There's trainers in there, and even on the machines, if you just start with the machines, that'll be good enough until you get more comfortable with using free weights. But if you start with the machines, they have diagrams on the machines, so there's really no excuse. You know what I mean?
Yeah, right. Okay, so so you're starting this pretty deep journey. You already got a background in lifting weights, so you don't need a whole lot of help there. What would you say was something that you felt you were inadequate at? Like, you were like, okay, if I'm going to do this, I need to learn about this. What was that thing where you were like, man, I need to learn about this. I don't know anything about it.
I mean, just nutrition, like pure nutrition. Getting away from processed foods like chips and stuff like that. Nowadays, you can't catch me buying anything unless I read the ingredient list. I mean,
Right.
Calories is important, but I read the ingredient list first. And before, it was like food is just food. You count your calories, but no, it makes a big difference, because how I got results that I could sustain is I stayed away from added sugars, processed foods, like overprocessed. We all know every food is processed, even the meat you get, but overprocessed
Right.
food with additives and preservatives, added sugars, stuff like that. So the motto, mind you, this whole time I enrolled in college, so I'm taking this nutrition and wellness course. So I'm learning about this motto from farm to fork. That's what you want to. That's the approach you want to have.
Okay, let's talk about that. Okay, so what was the name of the course you took?
It was health and wellness.
Okay, health and wellness. Okay, yeah. I had to take so they got this course in the Army called Master Fitness. It's not easy. They beat you up. You're doing everything with your rifle. But the person that usually does very well in that course, they can become like a coordinator, like the personal trainer or whatnot. But it's not that easy, because there's other people that know that you're going to try to take this course. So they go take anatomy and kinesiology, right? And so you're like, yeah, I thought you said all I had to do was go to, take Master Fitness. They're like, oh yeah, but if you want to be the coordinator, you're going to have to pick it up. So I go take anatomy and kinesiology, and before you know it, somebody's already got a kinesiology degree, and you're like, oh, I'm just trying to, so you got to find someone to put you under their wing, man, as quick as possible, because if not, you're going to be left behind. But you're talking about the course that you took specifically was called health and wellness. What would you say the basic fundamentals of that course? Like, what was the strongest things that for a fact anybody can take something home taking that course?
Just learning about the basic food groups, and learning about the food groups is like the biggest thing, and how we should organize our plates. Okay. So 2/3 of your plate should probably be vegetables, and you need fruit. You need a serving of fruit probably with each meal. They promote dairy. I promote dairy. A lot of people don't. I think dairy is good. Milk and honey is the glory of all the lands, says the Lord, right?
That's right. That's right. Milk and honey, baby.
So I promote dairy and all that. I love honey. So that was, and the course was cool. I got to learn a lot of terminology. Uh-oh.
What happened?
No, we good.
Okay.
No, the course was good. It was informative. It really shot my desire to want to eat healthy to the next level, learning about food and how it affects us. Right.
So, all right. So let's go over a basic process, right, for someone that is just getting started. like kind of go through, and it doesn't have to be numbered, right? It doesn't have to be 1 through 10, but kind of go over a basic day, what their day should look like when they're kind of starting off, and then we can move it to like a more advanced stage. Because if you went through this process, you got to at least a mastery phase, right? And what I mean by that is you got so well at doing this because everything starts off day 0, right? And then you go to day 1. And so when you were done with this process, you could probably, without writing a lot of things down, you could probably spit out how many ounces of what you're going to eat each day. So kind of go over what it looks like for a person that's just starting off, and then kind of get into like an advanced stage of an everyday life to where it's not a hassle. It's just, it's a lifestyle, that keeping off body fat and going to the gym.
So the first thing I would do, just beginning, this is what I did, is I cut out processed foods like cooks and cake, like cakes and chips, anything with, if the ingredient list is over 5 ingredients, most likely it's bad for you. So I cut processed foods out, anything that had added sugars to it, and I cut sugary drinks out. I stopped even drinking juice, like unless I blended it myself and ate the the flesh with the juice, because that fiber connected to that juice slows it down, doesn't spike your sugar like that. So that's what I would do first. I would cut out all the processed foods, no fast foods, no sugary drinks. That's what I did. And then I just replaced that with fruit. Every time I wanted a snack, I would eat fruit. And fruit is good for you. And
hey, can you go over because okay, so anything could become cliche, and I say this about the Bible a lot, but when you tell someone, right, like, hey, don't eat fast food, it becomes a cliche, like fast food bad. Can you just go over like something simple, like explain it like on a low level why that it's bad, like the reasoning behind it, and even if it's at a low level?
Well, most of it is full of preservatives. Most of it is cooked in oils. We just talking about the basics, like McDonald's or something. It's got so many trans fats, saturated fats, which saturated fats has its place, but the trans fats has no place in our body. These hydrogenated oils, the food is packed with sodium. It's just not a healthy choice. You know what I mean?
Right. So you're saying just lots of fatty oils that your body doesn't need, and a lot of salt, which obviously we know too much salt. Of course, too much of anything is bad for you, but when you're eating all of it in one sitting, right? A lot of salt, lots of oils in one sitting, and you're doing that either multiple times a day or multiple times a week. It can be picked up as a bad habit. So what you're saying is straight up cold turkey that stuff. Like just stop it. And
if you can, because think about it. If I go to McDonald's in the morning and I get the big breakfast, that's 1,200 calories. That's 4 meals for me.
Yeah.
That's like 3 or 4 meals for me. So if I'm eating that one time, and the whole thing about losing weight is calorie deficits. It's calories in versus calories out. There's no other way around it. So if I eat a breakfast at 7 a.m. and it's 1,200 calories, then I got a pretty good chance of eating about 4,000 calories that day.
Right.
And that's going to put me in a surplus, and all that excess energy is going to be stored as fat.
Right. Yeah, man. So, me and about 4 other guys, after we took these courses, we were getting ready to go to war. So there were some guys that were coming into service, believe it or not, even in basic, it's not that they were big, but for what we wanted them to do, they were just a little bit too heavy. And sometimes it was because they did have a lot of muscle. And, some of the tasks that they were going to be doing overseas, just that extra weight wasn't, it just didn't make sense. So we put together a program, and every once in a while, there was a guy that probably had a little bit too much body fat than he should have. And so we put together a 90-day program, which is really hard on a body, man, but it can be done. And it's going to the gym 3 times a day. It's a lot of sleep. It's a lot of sleep. And because they're males, I knew I could take advantage of muscle growth, and muscle helps burn fat. And so we put together this 90-day program where all these guys did was basically work out, and they only started the first month. We did no cardio, none whatsoever. It was all forced on. It was all just lots of protein, a lot of egg whites, peanuts, a lot of sleep, and a heavy lifting. And so what we did is we used the energy that they were putting into the gym to gain muscle, and the energy was burning fat, the sleep was burning fat, and the muscle mass that they were growing was burning fat. So we took advantage of that muscle growth first month. In the beginning of the second month, they were going to the gym 4 times a day, and one of them was nothing but calisthenics. And I tell you, I've learned to love the Stairmaster. That Stairmaster will get you, man. It'll get you going out. Burning body fat. The number one, and there is a debate on something else, but it's not. What happened? Somebody got an echo. But jumping jacks, believe it or not, is pretty much the number one fat burner. The only thing is you can't do it for a long time because obviously it gets tiring real fast. But what we did is we did Stairmasters and jumping jacks, Stairmasters and jumping jacks, and it got to a point where their calf muscles were just getting too tired. So we would have to go to the bike for a little bit, and then we wouldn't do any cardio the next day. But the next day we would pick up on the bike. We get back on a Stairmaster, but as soon as we knew their calves were not sore, we go back to jump rope and jumping jacks. Those were the 2 things that we would do. But so the second month was a lot of cardio, but we're still implementing the heavy workout. And so we kept it chest, tries, back, bis, shoulders, legs. That is literally the process we used. We did it for 90 days. And some of these dudes lost probably about 30 pounds, if not more, in 90 days. Some people, believe it or not, gained weight, but they had a very low body fat. Their BMI was just remarkable. But some people just grow muscles better than others. I'm only bringing that up to say this. Nobody is forced to do it in 90 days. You're not in this service. You got plenty of time to figure this out. But I was going to ask you, Benny, in this process, what would you say if you were to throw out a couple of apps or maybe an app favorite that you have? What would you throw out there?
Yeah, definitely. The MyNetDiary app. I use that to track my calories and macros. And you got to get a food scale. You got to get a kitchen scale. You have to weigh everything. I don't weigh my food or liquid. I use milliliters and grams. So basically, grams and milliliters, they pretty much are interchangeable. So that's how I weigh everything. You have to weigh it out because otherwise, if you just grab a spoonful of peanut butter, it might be more than you think it is. So you have to weigh everything.
Yeah. Hey, can you show, or Dre, one of y'all, can you show the app? That way people can see it, man. You never know, man. There might be some people in here that actually, just don't know enough to even start this. I'm trying to see if I can find it. Spell it out for me at least, or maybe, hey, Benny, can you type it in the comments?
I'll type it in the comments.
Type it in the comments, and then we need to get a picture of it, of what the app looks like. That way we can, people can see it.
And it's got an apple on it, like a green apple, or a shape of an apple.
Where at?
Well, once you,
where's that?
Let me see what. Yeah, it's got an apple with like a tape wrapped around it, like a waist measure, like a tape wrapped around it.
Okay, I'm looking for it.
Let me see if I can. Probably won't be able to see it.
AJ said he found it. Oh, well, AJ, we're trying to get it up here, AJ, so I can put it on the screen. MyNetDiary. Well, I could have swore that might have been it. And you can get it on the iPhone.
Yeah, iPhone. It's got a green apple and it's got like a tape measure wrapped around it.
All right, let me see. MyNetDiary. Okay, I think I found it. Let me.
Too, man. The Lose app.
The Lose app.
And then for my workouts, if you want to go the free route, you can just go to Strength and Muscle. Is it Muscle and Strength? I think, it's Muscle and Strength. It's a website where you can buy supplements. You can get a plethora. Like, I'm talking about a never-ending amount of workouts for women and men. So, and it's all free. And that's muscleandstrength.com. And so what I did, like, you can just go on there, find a workout you want.
Hey, this it right here?
To your files. Yep.
This it right here? There. All right, so this is it. This is the app that he's talking about. It says MyNetDiary Inc. Does it say Inc. on the behind it?
Well, that's the developer, so yeah, but that's it. That's the app.
That's the app right there.
Yep. Now, a lot of people do use MyFitnessPal. That's pretty popular. I see all that. I see a lot of advertising from people on TikTok with that one, but I like MyNetDiary. I learned to navigate it. And
what's the difference? What's the difference between this one says MyNetDiary and this one says
that's the one
MyNetDiary Pro?
Well, that may have more like functions.
You probably just have to pay for the Pro.
Yeah. Okay, but basically it's the one.
You have to pay for that one too. It's got some free. You can use it, and it's got some things you can use for free. But if you want to get like into the intricacies, then you're gonna have to pay for it.
Yeah. Okay. And so that means
it was like $59 for a year.
Okay, so you started paying for it. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay,
I bought it for a whole year. Yeah.
Okay, now, all right, so let's go over that just real quick. Okay, so MyNetDiary, that with the Apple, hopefully the majority of people saw that. So you paid approximately $60 a year. Can you give us the advantage of paying for it, like just in case, like somebody want? Because you got to understand, right? We all play with apps. We all know what it's about, and we know that 75% of the apps, they're like, oh, if you pay money, you get this advantage. And you know darn well there's no advantage. So Can you go over what you know for a fact is an advantage of paying for this app?
Well, I've been paying for it I've been having it so long, so I don't remember exactly what I got for free when I was using it for free, but I know you can like customize recipes. You can't do that if you don't purchase it. You can customize recipes. And what else? I think you can just customize it more to fit your needs.
Like, give me an example. Give me an example of how it helps you customize something. Give us an example.
Creating your macros.
Okay, so breaking down your macros. Okay, hey, why don't you do that real quick? Why don't you go over like one of your like a daily macro intake? Why don't you go over that for everybody, and you can just break it down for your favorite, like something you like to eat, and show how the app helps do that.
Yeah, so for me, like I'll try to get about 250 carbs and about 200 or more, like 200 plus grams of protein. Because the way I was doing it, I wasn't just focused on weight loss. I was focusing on body recompositioning. Right, yeah, okay. Exactly. So when you body recomp, you're focused on fat loss, not weight loss.
Right.
So I noticed that the scale stayed the same for a while, but the waistline changed and the muscles was getting bigger. So I kept a high protein diet for that reason. Because if you're in a calorie deficit, feel muscle tissue. So you have to eat a lot of protein to sustain that muscle. But anyways, what it does is I can log in some rice. And one of the funny things is in the beginning, a mistake I made was I would cook the rice, then weigh it, and I'd be like, man, this is 800 calories. But the dry measurement is different from the cook measurement, the weight measurement.
Right.
So that was some of the mistakes that I made in the beginning, but I figured out how to navigate through all that. And what it does is when you log your food into this app, you log in the weight that the weight of rice, say you want. What's good about it, it tells you throughout the day all the vitamins and minerals that you've received from all your food. And if you're lacking in something like, say, selenium, you can click on that and it'll tell you where you can source it. You know what I mean? So it's just a helpful app. It takes the thinking out of it. Really, it takes the guesswork out of it. And in every 7 days, when you buy it, every 7 days, they'll send you a report. And they'll tell you how you did. So if you notice on some of my days, those who've been kind of following, I'll have some high calorie days, but at the end of the week, they'll send me a report and I'll still be in a deficit. And we could talk about that too, like the difference between surplus and deficit and how to figure that out. Because that's important too. That's what's going to cause the weight loss or the fat loss.
So the app basically is your nutrition calculator.
Exactly. It's exactly what it says. It's my diary. It's like your daily diary.
Yeah, so the days are gone where you have to take your pen and pencil to the to the gym with you.
Right. I can email my doctor now. I can just email this to him and say, look, this is what's going on. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So, why don't we get into the deficit and why don't you go through there and kind of show and let's make it practical, man. Like just be straight up. Say, all right, check it out. If I eat this today and just kind of go through what you're eating, why you're eating it, and we don't have to talk about the workout right now. We can, and the reason why I'm hitting the nutrition part is because I wanted to get it from the horse's mouth, right? Like I wanted to ask you, like, let me see, what number was it where I asked you? Man, I can't remember what number it was. I put weakest link, and that's what I was going to ask you. So the hardest thing for you to get into compared to form or lifting weights, like you already had some of that understanding. So but something's got to be harder than something else. And for other people, they may understand nutrition very well, and they just need someone to show them form, show them what the workouts actually, target. But in the state that you were in, the nutrition part was something that you were lacking, and you already had understanding of working out. So that's why we're doing nutrition first. Go ahead and get into the deficit and kind of break down why that's important and say it in a way where people can understand.
Right. So my problem was portion control. Like we'll get a plate and just pack on the rice and put some meat on it and just eat. So that's all like carbs. It all adds up to calories. We all know that, but that's why it's important to weigh it. You have to weigh your food so you know exactly what on that label it says. This is how much a serving is, and this is what you get for each serving. So a serving of rice may be 50 grams dry, and then you'll get like 40 carbs out of it, maybe 3 grams of protein. So that's what you work with. You go off of that. So when I figured out my calories for the day, I had broke down my calories, and I had to figure out like how many carbs, how many proteins, and how many fats. So there's a calculation you can do for all that, and it's actually on that app as well. You just go in and you can type in your age, height, weight, and it'll tell you based on your activity.
Let me say this about the app, because I don't know anything about the app. Would you say that someone that is getting into this like for the first time, will that app help them understand? Like, does it actually teach you how to use it? It's absolutely okay. Absolutely. Let me let Claire say something, because I know Claire's not going to leave here doing backflips, and I think she wants to talk about nutrition. I apologize, Claire. What you got to say? We don't want to hear about bananas and cereal. Come on, man. Break it down to it better.
Hey, God bless you guys. I'm loving listening to this. It's one of my favorite topics, especially recently, because I too am trying to make an improvement in my life, mostly with the nutrition part, not so much with the working out part, although I am trying to do a little more of that too. But for me, at the moment, I totally agree with everything that you're saying. Although I can't do the you said earlier, the dairy. I can't do any dairy because I'm also trying to eat nutrition that specifically helps my body because I have arthritis and other stuff like that. And I feel like dairy is like inflammatory, but it's really awesome to see somebody really transform their body through nutrition, diet, and exercise, and that it really can be done because um, before I was saved, I was really self-conscious about my belly because I gained some belly weight. So I did a surgery, which I super regret. And now that I know better, you got to do better. So now you can heal your body through nutrition and health. And so you can't.
Yeah.
You can't take
Hey, Claire. Claire,
Yeah.
I don't mean to cut you off, but I gotta ask because I have two people in my family that did certain type of surgeries, and I don't know a whole lot about them. Can you don't have to describe the surgery, but can you talk about like the process of one of those surgeries? Can you like explain why you decided to do it and maybe why you decided to regret it? Like we don't have to go through details, but
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
at
of
least
course.
talk about that?
So what I did was I went to I can't remember what it's called anymore, but basically they cut holes into the fat lining of your stomach and they suck out fat and it fills up these liters or whatever, and then and basically the trap is that it will give you those instant results that you want. You'll have that flat tummy that every girl wants or whatever, but
Right.
it's a trap because you have to keep it off, and you're not losing it in the right way, so it's unhealthy the way you're losing it. You have to it's expensive, and then you have to heal from it, and the healing is rough, like sometimes I can still feel the scars underneath my stomach a certain way, so
Hmm.
it's just a rough. I would say don't ever do it, um but
Right.
yeah, because it's just a scam. Because what they should be doing is telling you, because I wasn't obese or anything. I wasn't like, I just had some stomach fat. So now I have the more knowledge about how to do it. But, people wouldn't make money if they told you that.
Yeah, right, of course. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm just wanting you just to say something about it, just so like I said, because there are a few people in here that they're only in here because their family members listen to the Descaled Live every morning, and they knew that they were struggling in this area, and so I don't know their personal um, issues. So, and when I say issues, I'm saying the type of weight loss that they're wanting to do, or any complications they may have. So that's the only reason why I was asking you, like, to express that, because there's at least someone here that has actually had one of those surgeries, and they can talk about the beginning and end like you did. Like, for whatever reason, you're saying that it just wasn't what they were making it out to be, and
Well,
I don't see anything wrong with people being honest about those type of surgeries.
yeah.
I
Well,
got a
the thing
question.
is, shoot.
Um, so would you say changing your habits? So how did that affect you in that aspect? Because most people who have surgery, they really don't change their habits before they have surgery. They just get the surgery and think that, okay, the fat's gone. Now I'm gonna just keep it off. But the habits haven't changed. Was
Yeah,
that the case for you?
that was the case for me. Yeah, because I didn't have any knowledge. I didn't do any research. It was my own fault, of course. But no, yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't change anything. And actually, it's counterproductive. So because it's so rough on your body that it's really like, you know, it's counterproductive because you're doing something harsh to your body. Now your body has to bounce back, and you can't really exercise and move around for months. Or I don't remember how long, but it was a while. So
Yeah. So would you say that A better option would probably be to maybe go to like a health and wellness course that Benny's talking about right now. Would you say that they would be better off at least starting there?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Learn form the targeted diet through that knowledge.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, the last thing you were talking about, Benny, was portion control.
So on the calories, basically, let me try to make it as simple as I can. So you have calories in versus calories out. So if you eat more calories than you burn, you're going to gain weight. I don't care how much you work out. You can't outwork a bad diet. And a bad diet is eating over your maintenance, especially if you're not heavy weight training, because that can be beneficial too. But basically, you get your BMR. It's called your basal metabolic rate. You figure that out by your age, weight, and height. Okay, and then from there you get your TDEE, which is your total daily energy expenditure. That's how active you are. Do you have a sedentary lifestyle, or are you very active like my job was, where I'm getting over 20,000 steps? So you factor that in with your BMR, and that'll give you around about your maintenance calories that you should be eating for the day. That maintenance calories is you won't gain weight, you won't lose weight, you'll just stay the same, or potentially build muscle, if you work out hard and cardio. But in short, you want to go below that. My technique was I go below that about 500 calories. We know that about 3,500 calories is 1 pound of fat. That's what they estimated. So if you go 500 calories less than you're supposed to have a day, in 7 days, you've lost 1 pound. Now, that's just with the calories alone. Now, say you're walking an hour a day, and let's say you're training extra hard, which you should be. It could get even higher. You could lose 2 pounds, and that's what I was going. That's what I did. I was losing weight like crazy. Every day it was like I was losing weight.
Did you feel that the combination of understanding nutrition and lifting weights to burn that energy, did you feel like it made it easy to do both of them together?
Yeah, it definitely gave me an edge. It gave me an upper hand, just having the knowledge of that and having that the basic weight training knowledge and learning that nutrition and forming those healthy lifestyles and learning about macros, like and portion control and weighing my food, learning how to weigh my food properly. And just actually tracking your calories, because most people don't track their calories. You know what I mean? Or say they may, we add oils to our food, we don't count them. We add honey to our meals, we don't count it. We add sauces to our meals, we don't count it. But those over a month's time, that's 60 calories every time you do that is going to add up. Now you got 6,000.
Yeah, you're talking about
why you didn't lose weight.
Yeah, you're talking about understanding. Yeah, you're understanding your caloric intake, right? And if that's not understood, then you're kind of just shooting in the wind, like shooting a bow in the wind, hoping that you're just aiming in the right direction. And that's why I'm asking you the way that I'm asking you, because we're not just talking about lifting weights. We're not just talking about nutrition. We're saying you put both of them together, and it's just a fat killer if you put both of them together. And that's why I'm talking about, or even showing his photos, because he's trying to say that it's all about learning. All you have to do is learn this stuff, and you can do it. And of course, you have to have the will to do it, right? And it's
so
just
try.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Can you give me the big screen real quick?
Yeah.
So
sure.
I know Benny uses a different app than I use. This is the one I've used, and I started using it today because I know I gotta lose some weight, bro. My fat tail, I don't let myself go. But see, like,
Dre, let me say this quick, guys. Just so y'all know, Benny's 39. So.
Oh yeah, I ain't no young pup.
Yeah, he started this in his late 30s. So let me say this. This is one of the other reasons I knew he was at least 33, 35, somewhere around there. I didn't know his exact age, but the only reason why I asked him to come up here is because he was in his mid 30s or older. I just didn't know exactly how, you know, the age that he was. So he's not 25 years old coming up here. 100% testosterone, you know, plays college ball. This is a dude that's got kids. This is a guy that's, well, a family. I apologize. He's got a family. The guy works. And watch this. He's got a family. He's got a job. And he just explained in the midst of all this, he had some issues that he wanted to stop. So all this crying and whining, I'm sitting there telling you, your flesh loves to cry and whine. And every one of us, I don't care if you're male or female, we all get tempted to do this. Now, obviously, there are some females that could typically do it a little more because the hormones are different. So don't think I'm pointing that out of ignorance. I'm pointing it out because I'm knowledgeable and I understand that there is a difference. But what I'm pointing out is our flesh, which is our belly, can really ruin our vision. And our belly is not supposed to steal our vision from us. And I'm not talking about the belly that we see in the picture here with Benny. I'm talking about the innermost part of us that likes to focus on the thing that feels good. And when I found out that he was, because I didn't know the exact age, I just knew he was in his mid 30s. But he told me today that he was actually 39. And I think it's important that he's got a lot going on: family, job,
college,
and yeah, I mean, just college. And then he was saying that he was having an issue with drinking. So we're talking about the mix of everything here, but he was still able to say, you know what, I'm going to learn about this and I'm going to do it. And he did. And so that's why he's up here. Go ahead, Dre. I just wanted to throw that out there. That he's not a 25-year-old dude.
Dre, before you go, I'm going to just give a little context on this picture. Those before pictures, those are July 21st, 2022. And that after picture is May 21st, 2023. So that's 10 months. That's the context of those pictures. So I was 38 years old in the before pictures, and then 39 in the other picture, which I'm currently 39 now, about to be 40. So yeah. Go ahead, Dre. Let's see that.
Yeah, Claire, we're with you. We know Dre's building the house or falling down the stairs or he's doing something over there.
It wasn't me, bro. I was muted.
My bad. My bad. Pink said you're riding a horse. No, I muted you, sir. Muted. No, I muted you.
All right. So,
hold on. Can you give him the big screen, Trot?
Yeah. There you go.
So I use Lose It app. It worked great for me and my little brother. He's the one that put me on. He weighed about 300 pounds, and he got down to like 165 using this thing.
Hold on a second. Where'd my thing go? All right, I'm sorry. Go ahead. Okay, so real quick, let me ask you this about this app. Lose It. Is it pretty much the kind of like the app MyNetDiary that Benny's talking about?
I would assume so. This is the one I got used to using. They're all pretty similar. So like this is my my nature cereal in the morning. This is it right here. So I can actually your bowl of fruit. Your bowl of fruit. My nature cereal this morning was 133 calories, and it was delicious, right? And it gave me energy. And then you could put in your lunch.
Of course it was
537. My dinner, and then it actually, like Benny says, it'll actually tell you, like, I have this many calories in my bank today that I could still eat if I wanted to and still be under the goal. But obviously I probably won't eat 1,300 calories the rest of the day. But when you go into this app, Benny, all that stuff Benny said is very, very complicated for most people. But when you go in here in his app or this app, when you put in your weights and your height, it automatically calculates all that stuff for you. And it's gonna even ask you like how many pounds do you want to lose? Like, are you trying to go accelerated? Or are you trying to take your time with it? And then you can adjust it as you go. Like maybe when you get used to going the slow route, maybe 2 weeks later you're like, oh, this isn't that bad. And then you can lower your calorie intake to lose the weight even faster and build the muscle quicker. So it's actually really interesting, and it's very, very easy. If you want to add food, you can actually just scan the actual barcode, and it'll tell you, you just put in there how many servings, and it's very, very simple, man.
Hey, well, let me ask y'all this. See, I've never used one of these apps, man. After I got out of Master Fitness course and kinesiology and the anatomy course, I only took the anatomy course to conduct better form. Anyway, I was put under the guy's wing, and he told me to take it, so I took it. It was great, but I've never used any of these apps. So let me ask this. Now, this question's for me personally. I have two questions. One of them is, what does a cheat day look on that app? Like, can you just put in there like whatever you want, and it'll say, all right, you got to go to the gym more tomorrow? Or how does it play with your cheat day if you give yourself
I'm
one?
not sure about Benny's app, but my app, by the end of the week, like if you want to have a cheat day, you can see how many calories you are under by the end of the week, and you can kind of eat whatever you want up under them calories. You straight.
Oh,
Yep.
okay. So again, it just does the caloric intake for you, and you're still playing with numbers. All right. Okay. So
Yeah.
the other question I was going to ask is, does it have something on there that, like, you say, okay, I want these kind of results in this time frame, and you can put like a timer, a 6-month timer, and it lets you know, hey, it's been 6 months, or does it have something on there? Yeah.
Yep. And
Okay, cool.
it'll give you your projected weight loss per week. And sometimes it'll say this is too unreasonable or, unrealistic. And, you know what I mean? So, yeah, it does it, man. It pretty much just guides you right on through. You just, like he said, type your information in, and it'll do the work for you. Type in your information, where you at now and where you want to be, and it'll give you everything you need.
Right. Well, so far, okay, so we've been talking about this, guys, for about an hour. Is there anybody that at this point have a question? Is there anything that anybody want to ask? I'm telling you, this be a good time. Look, first off, during the D-Scale Live, I'm not saying that you can't ask Benny a question. You absolutely can. But if it happens to be a good question, I mean, shoot, that sucker might take 30 minutes. We're trying, because there are some things that people will ask, and you already know, well, they're asking that because they don't understand this, and then now you got to go break all that down to get some knowledge to the person that has a question. But it banks leftovers. I don't know. What?
I think she was talking about your calorie intake being banked as you go throughout the day.
Oh,
but
yeah, I'm sure.
I actually had a question for you, because I know you mentioned before that you had herniated discs in your back, and I have 5 and 4 bulging discs, and it's difficult for me to get the results that I want. Like, I've been trying.
Yeah, are you talking to me?
Yes.
Yeah. So I do have a back injury that occurred in an explosion in IED when I was in Iraq. So I refuse to take narcotics. I don't want to take anything that is going to in some way impair me. Like, I don't know. It's just not me, man. So every so often I do take I try not to take them every day, but sometimes it is what it is. But naproxen, that's the one thing that I will take, and it's crazy because when I was first told to take it, I'm like, nah, man, I'll just pop an Advil, and of course, my doctor's like, he wasn't saying that that Advil and Tylenol is the same thing as naproxen, but in a very, very nice way. That's pretty much what he said. And I was like, well, I don't know. I'll think about it. But, sometimes the pain is not great. And I'm like, dude, just give me them. Let me check them out. And so we started off with some, maybe I think 250 milligram. And then we bumped it up a little bit. And what's crazy is my wife just started her new career. So a lot more time just kind of opened up for me. I just started, like, before Dre and Leo came down here and visit, we all hung out. I had just stopped working out again. And because of my back, man, there's certain things, certain movements that I can't do, certain movements I better not do. But I went to some physical therapy, and I got with the PT guy and was asking him, hey, can you help me with some mobile moves, some better moves? Dude, this guy's been doing this for 20 something years. He's like, hey, let me show you a couple things you can do differently that more than likely will not hurt your back. And so I just got some of those moves down. And now that I have this extra time, I'm literally about to start going to the gym again, but I'm going to have to do 2-a-days because I'm not going to do all them workouts in one sitting. I'm going to do half and then chill a little bit and then go do the other half. But I got the time to do that. Everybody probably doesn't. But I'm actually glad we're doing this right now because I was going to tell Benny because I love to test people's theories and to push their brain. Like I know what to do, bro. I know how to work out. But I'm telling you, the worst thing you could do, is find one or two like great workouts and then make the mistake and only do those because you like them. And it's just not good for your body, man. You want to shock your body. You want your body, because our bodies are amazing. The way God made them, man, that they know how to adapt so quickly. Now, a lot of the workouts are great because it helps you burn the calories, and that is the goal. But if you want to grow muscle, your body has to be hit from different angles. So that muscle can continue to grow, because you're going to become stagnant. Like you're going to hit a plateau and not know, okay, wait a minute. My fat's coming off, my nutrition is good, but how come I'm not growing? And then that's when you got to start dipping into the kinesiology part, the anatomy part on how the body works. And so you can start getting that the muscle to start getting bigger. And it does require a lot of times to lift heavier. But there's other ways to do it. Just lifting heavy is the easy way. But with all that being said, let me see. We still got about 45 minutes. Benny, is the app that you have, does it help you like choose a type of workout, or is that just nutrition only?
I just use that one for nutrition. Where I get my workouts from is muscleandstrength.com. If I just need something on the fly. But throughout this whole journey, I know y'all probably heard of Kai Green. He's a bodybuilder. He's got the long ponytail, bald head with the one ponytail in the back. Anyway, I downloaded a bunch of his ebooks when he had some specials going on and some bundles. And I got enough workouts to last me for the rest of my life just with all the bundles I got from him. So that's how I do it. Like, just like you said, I'd switch up. I do a 6-week shred plan, then I do another 12-week different plan, and it just different exercises, different rest periods, different volume, and it just kept me growing. It just, instead of, like you said, just becoming stagnant. So
yeah, well, and I'm sure you got plenty, but if you want the one that me and a bunch of guys used for a bunch of guys that were going overseas. And it's really focused on it. What's crazy is the focus of it is just to force a young male to burn fat. That's the focus of it. But because of what it is, bro, 90% of the people grew like 15 to 40% muscle mass, because of what it is. So I'm sure you have it. And all the bundles, I guarantee you this thing is in there. Because there's no way that people don't know about it, man. I mean, it's just as far as muscle growth goes, it's like the king of muscle growth. But
I definitely want it.
I'm going to give it to you, but I don't want to use this time to talk about it. I'll get with you and we'll talk about it. And I'm gonna tell you to give me one of yours because I need something that I'll listen to a bunch of them. And if I've already done it and I know what it is, I'll tell you pass. But nobody, and this was crazy about working out. I don't care who you are. Even Arnold Schwarzenegger will say there is nothing that there's not a workout that you can give him that he may not have seen or heard of, but nobody has the time to do every workout that's available. So, there's something, multiple of them, I'm sure, that you've done that I've either heard of or maybe I didn't have the time to try it out. And, when you're in your bulk phase or like your cut phase, the different workout, someone can give you like the best cut phase workout that you've ever seen. or heard of, and you just so happen to be in the bulk phase, and you're like, God,
Right.
I wish I was cutting right now, like,
Right.
you know, and so
And it matters.
Yeah, exactly. And so I'll get with you afterwards, but let's go over let's do this. Let's go over one of your favorite like bulk workouts, and then we'll go over two type of workouts for cutting. That way
I'll
we
be honest, on this journey, since I started this journey, I haven't really done any bulk workouts. But I do have some, and I'll explain the difference.
Okay.
And the difference with mine is, say, on the bulk, of course, you're going to be in a surplus, so you're going to eat a lot of calories.
Yeah.
But you're also going to be in the gym. You're going to be doing 8 sets of bench press, and it's going to be at 60% of your PR, or your maximum rep.
Yeah. Yeah, your max.
Your maximum rep weight, and then you'll go to 85%. So you're just doing a whole bunch of sets. Now, you can do that. Your body can handle that because you're in the calorie surplus. But I've been in the cut this whole time, and I've been in a deficit this whole time. So I have to kind of spread my muscles, because you can expunge all the energy out your muscles, and after that you'll just be conflating. Like, you'll just be, it won't be no benefit to it after that. So
yeah.
In a bulk, it might be 8 sets bench press, and in a cut, it may be 3 sets. But the rest, like, I'm only resting 30 seconds or 45 seconds on the cut between each set. On the bulk, I'm resting 90 seconds, 2 minutes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
yeah, most of the ones I'll give you, you'll start off doing probably, I don't know, 2 of 8, maybe 3 of 8. You'll probably do that for about a week or 2, and after that, Bubba, it's 5 sets of 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, Dre hopped off. This guy. So, well then, okay, that's cool. We could probably talk about the bulk workout right now. But before we do, why don't you tell us, like, your favorite workout for the cutting that you've been doing? What's your favorite work? You could probably break that down a little bit.
Yeah, so what I've been doing is, say I'm working, okay, today I work back. So, of course, every workout is, I start off with abs. I do abs every day. So I'll do 3 ab workouts.
Let me ask you this. Hey, Benny, let me ask you this. Because, everybody's body is different. Would you say that all the ab workouts that you did, right, would you say they were all needed, or would you say they were halfway needed?
Oh, yeah, they need it. They're definitely needed.
They're needed. Okay. So, so you're doing abs 7 days a week?
6. Every day I work out, I do abs. But, like, I only work out 6 days a week. Sometimes I might go on a Sunday if I'm just, bored. But
right,
6 days a week for sure. And the reason why it's important is because that's your core. So all your strength, all your torque comes from your gut. So, you got to have a strong core and a strong back, lower back, and all that. It helps with squatting. It helps with bench pressing. It helps with everything. Deadlifting.
Yeah. So did you do any deadlifts and all this?
Yeah, I deadlift. I did everything you can imagine, even sissy squats, even calf raises. So there's an exercise. There's an exercise you do the opposite, where you lift your toes up and your heels on. And I can't think of the name of that muscle, but it's like your shin muscle.
Oh yeah, no, that
it starts with a T.
Yeah, no, I know it's the tib. Hold on.
Yeah, it's something like that, tibulus or something.
Yeah,
but,
let me say this. Let me say this about that. Yeah, it's the tibia. That's what it is. But let me say this about that muscle, man. People don't understand this. That muscle is the one that will cause you to get shin splints and shin fractures. I was watching a video when I was in anatomy class, and it was about this guy who's probably 5 minutes long. It goes over some of the muscles that's down there, and it shows this guy that's having shin splints. And the doctor that's helping him in this video told him, hey, look, this is what I want you to do. I want you to stand up, put your feet together, and I'm going to put a towel, like a towel that you would use to dry your body. I'm going to put a towel. So picture the towel laying on a floor or the ground long ways away from this person. And the doctor told him to put his toes over the towel and use his toes to curl the towel, like to pull the towel to him, just using his toes. And when he was done, he said that his muscles were already cramping. And the doctor told him, your muscles are not strong enough right there. He goes, your muscles should not like get so tired that they're cramping by pulling that towel to you one time. He goes, that's not good. He goes, so what's happening is people that are not working this muscle out, that the tibia muscle, that right there, the shin muscle, what's happening is they go running, and because that muscle is so weak, it gets tired within a half a mile. Within a half a mile, it's tired. And so now what's happening is instead of you running heel to toe, your feet are slapping the ground. And because your feet are slapping the ground, that jar is going to start causing pain, which we know as shin splints. And it's because that muscle is tired. And so what you have to do is, and this is what Benny's talking about, instead of you doing calf races, you're doing the exact same workout, except you're working the front of your calf is what you're doing. And man, when I learned that, now it made sense why I used to get shin splints. Because if you've already ran 3 miles or 5 miles, earlier throughout that day, and you think you're going to go run another 5 or 6 miles with 50 pounds of gear, your muscle is tired, man. You have to let that sucker rest. Now, once you get those muscles up to par, well, then now the stamina's there and you can go do the running whenever you want. But I was trying to do too much too fast, and I started to get shin splints, and I didn't understand why, which was heartbreaking because it would hinder me from doing more workouts. But no, go ahead and talk about that muscle, man. But I wanted to bring that up because people don't understand why they get shin splints, but it's because that muscle is tired and it can no longer hold your body weight. It's so tired. Go ahead.
You pretty much covered it. You covered it well. I mean, that everything you said is true. And that's pretty much the only thing that I know of that you can do to work that muscle besides running, is put the towel or some type of resistance band on your toes and just curl it towards your knees. And, of course you want to relax and contract, and you want to hold it for a couple seconds and then, repeat that for at least about 25 times. And
let me ask you this. Hey, Benny, let me ask you this. What made you want to bring up that particular muscle?
Well, because you asked me about my workouts, and so just people don't even know about this muscle, let alone work it out. So I got my workouts from a bodybuilder. So he's on stage presenting his body to the judges. Every piece of his body has to, it's a work of art. So I use his workouts, and I've never worked that muscle out in my life until I started using Kai Green's workouts.
Well, hey, now what was the reason that he was focusing on it? What did he just want more definition right there, or what?
Well, yeah, I mean, plus he scientifically he just didn't want to neglect any part of his body. You know what I mean? So,
yeah. Hey, what was the name of the bodybuilder that you started reading up on?
Is Kai Green, Kai Green? Yep.
I think I know who you're talking about now. Kai Green.
He got a long, ponytail, dreadlock ponytail, bald head.
Yeah, I think I do know
his ebooks are interesting. They're set up like comic books. So he gives you all this scientific breakdown, but with this comic relief type stuff. It's good. So I'm gonna send you a few of them. You and Dre, I'm gonna email y'all if anybody wanna give me their email in the inbox, and I can send them to y'all too.
Well, I'll tell you real quick. And we'll matter of fact, hey, before I get into the bulk, hey, can you go ahead and go through one of your, since you've been cutting pretty much this whole time, just take us through a typical day, what it's like, what you're doing in the gym.
Okay, so today I went in, I did abs. Of course, I did decline abs, crunches. I did 3 sets of 30. And the workout, you're supposed to do 3 sets of 30, rest in 30 seconds between each. Then you go to the next ab workout. What I do is I just do a circuit because, I'm only in there for like an hour. So I do the decline, I do 30 declines, then I go over to the tower and I do leg lifts, like straight leg lifts for the lower part of the abs. Then I go back to the decline and I do side crunches on each side. 30 reps on each, 20 to 30 reps on each. I do 3 sets, rest in 30 seconds in between. So it's like a superset circuit. I'll do each exercise. Yeah, I'll do each exercise and then I'll rest 30 seconds and I'll repeat. And then after I did that today, I went right over to the barbell rows, bent over rows. I do 15 at a decent weight. There he is right there. Yeah. I do 15 at a challenging weight to where, 15 is hard. Right after that, I go to the T-bar row. I do 10. And then right after that, I do 15 pull-ups. Now, I do the pull-ups assisted just so I can get the reps. Because the whole point is, getting the heart rate up and repetitions. That's what cuts the muscle. So I'm trying to define the muscle, like sculpting it. So I'm chiseling at it. So I'm doing reps. So that's a set. Rest 30 seconds. Repeat that 2-3 times. And then after that, I go right into the close rolls. The seated cable rolls.
Yeah.
And do 15, then do lat pull downs, do 10. And then I go and do like straight arms. Like it's like a rowing motion where you roll the bar right in front of you, like towards your thigh. Above your head, then like towards your thigh. So
hey, and every one of these workouts,
supersets workouts. They're like
okay, I see. So you got 5 to 10 seconds rest time basically, because supersets, Bubba, it's just as soon as you can get started on the next one.
Exactly, and your only rest is once you complete that last exercise, you rest 30 seconds and you repeat the circuit again. And then but it's not a whole lot of exercises. Like it's those 3, the barbell, the pull, and the pull-ups, and then the seated row with the lat pull down with the straight arm pull downs. Then I go right into like my biceps, do reverse curls. A lot of y'all probably seen my videos where I doing like 3 different curl activities. Those are all supersets. I know the video's like broken up and cut, but there's like no rest in between. So by the time you're done, your arms are swole, man. They burn it.
I bet.
It's try to keep the heart rate up and burn that muscle. So I'm not in there lifting very heavy. I'm not lifting as heavy as I could. I could probably go in there and lift 275 for a few reps, but I'm only using 185 or 225 because I'm going fast. I'm not resting. And if you don't rest, then you get muscle fatigue quick. So, but that's the whole point.
Right. Yeah, that's the whole point. Because the focus is trying to cut. It's trying to get rid of because again, the whole point of this is because you said, you know what, I'm feeling sluggish and I'm going to do something about it. And so the whole goal was to get in there and burn all that nonsense off. And sounds like you're pretty much ready to bulk up a little bit, or you just want to stay where you're at.
Nope, you absolutely right. After this 90 days, I committed to, which I'm kind of mad I did online because now I got to be accountable, right? I got to be accountable. I got to stick to it. So I'm on day 51 or 52. Once that's up, I'm finna start slamming calories, but I'm gonna do what you call a reverse dieting. So this whole time I've been in a deficit. 3 months, I'll go down like 100, 200 calories. So I've been doing that this whole time. So I'm going to do that going back up until I'm in a surplus. I'm not just going to, day 91, I'm not just going to start eating 3,500 calories. No, I'm going to slowly raise it up over a course of time.
Yeah, well, I can tell you, man, anytime I got a new group of these guys that were getting ready to go overseas, we had to do the 90 days with them, man. And so I did 3 90 days back to back, and I gained in those 9 months or something like that. I gained, I want to say 26 pounds of muscle.
Yeah.
It's not a whole lot, but bro, for me it was a lot. It was a lot because I didn't do any cutting phase. It was just straight bulk because you got to do it with them. And I'm like, man, if I'm going to do it with them, then my max is going to change every 90 days. So I just kept getting bigger and bigger. And, you know, and we're only supposed to do 2 classes each, but I wasn't going back overseas at a certain time. So I was able to do 3 classes. And I tell you what, man, if you don't do cardio, like after, or at least integrate it while you're bulking up, bro, man, like everything's harder to do, man, you know, because you gain so much muscle so fast. But
facts.
I guess we can go over it just real quick. And I'm sure Kai Green, I mean, obviously he knows how to bulk, but man, I tell you, the one that all of us, because we were all certified, you know, to teach this stuff. So it's not like we're just Googling on what we need to do. I mean, we've already been taught how to do this. So basically for 90 days, and remember, this is just bulking up, and everybody's body weight is different. So we were, for sure, all of us were eating like, I'm not kidding, bro, 4,000 to 5,000 calories a day. Like,
you got to.
It was no joke. So, and it was a lot of protein. And when I say hardly any carbs, I'm not kidding, dude. We ate, all we ate was apples. We're supposed to eat potatoes too, but I just got tired of eating potatoes. So I would eat no sugar whatsoever. All I did was drink water. And I said, you know what, the sugar that I'm going to get in that apple, because sometimes I'd eat 2 or 3 apples a day. And then, of course, you know, I ate some peanuts. But, man, I'm telling you, I rarely ate any vegetables. Like, I think I ate broccoli a handful of times and maybe some asparagus. But for the most part, it was just nothing but tuna and ground beef. That's all we ate, tuna and ground beef. And we ate 7 times a day. And we ate 8 to 12 grams of either tuna or ground beef. I'm telling you, I got so tired of eating tuna by itself, I would put ground beef in it. That's what I was. I mean, I just got so tired, you know, because all that protein has got to go somewhere, man. And it does. It goes somewhere. And so you won't have like a complete like 6-pack because of the extra oils and stuff that you're eating. Because I put flaxseed oil in my egg whites every morning. Or maybe some omegas, but flaxseed oil was my friend. But basically, we were working out for sure two times a day, sometimes 3 times a day, and that's on the 2nd month when we started integrating, like, you know, some Stairmaster, you know, just doing some cardio, just so you wouldn't bulk up too much on the fat side. But basically, every week is the same. We didn't have one day off. There was no day off. And this bulk thing, there's no days off. You work out 7 days a week, 2 or 3 times, 2 or 3 times a day. Well, it's twice a day the first month. It's 3 times a day starting the 2nd month, only because of cardio. But basically, I'm telling you, it's simple. It's back and buys Monday. So if you want to do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they start overlapping. So it's back and buys Monday. Tuesday, it's chest and tries only. Wednesday is just shoulders by itself, because there's a lot you can do with shoulders, and then it's legs, and then so that's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So Friday you do back and buys again, and that is it. That is all you're doing. You're doing back and buys, chest and tries, shoulders, legs, and because you're doing, like, let's say after legs, you're doing, the reason why you're doing back and buys again the next day is your chest and try, your chest and tries, dude, it's had 2 to 3 days off. So it's exactly, you know, you may not have a day off, quote unquote, but your muscles had plenty of time to recuperate, and sleep is your friend. So, I mean, after you go ahead.
Oh, sorry. But you mentioned this earlier. Like, the most important thing about everything we saying here, okay, number 1 is nutrition. Number 2 is going to have to be sleep. Definitely sleep. You can eat good and work out hard, and if your sleep is trash, your results are going to be trash. I'm telling you, sleep is like king.
Yeah,
You have
and
to get at least 8 hours, 7-8 hours consistently.
yeah, so the two-a-days, right? So you work out the first part, and I understand people got jobs and all that, but so the first time you work out, hey, you work out, you do your thing, you go eat, and about 2 hours, somewhere around there, I'll look at the deal again. It's been a while since I've done it, but 2 hours pretty much after you've worked out, you go take an hour to an hour and a half nap, okay, to help recuperate. And so you wake up, and it's kind of like I ain't kidding. If you treat it like you have 2 mornings, it makes it easier. I'll just put it that way. So as soon as I get up after that nap, dude, I literally make an egg omelet. I start over again. That's what I do. Yeah. I make that omelet, and you're eating again every 3 to 4 hours. You're eating. So these guys were getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning, and every 3 to 4 hours we're shoving food down their mouth and taking them to the gym, and it's a 90-day thing, and it's not easy to do, because normal people don't have that kind of time, but how amazing what it can do in 90 days is just crazy. But that's all the workout, and of course because you're bulking, you're doing. Some days you're doing 40% of your weight because it's a light day, but the majority of the days are heavy days, and you're doing 75% of your weight. You're doing when you get to the second month, Bubba, it's 5 sets of 5. You're only. I'm glad you said
that. I'm glad you said that. Try bulking. People always they think heavy, but bulking is not necessarily heavy all the time, but it is more volume, like you said. So it might be a light day, but you still got a lot of volume in there. You're doing a lot of sets.
So that first month is when you're doing 8 sets of 8 your first month. So you are lifting it 8 times. It's true. And so, and then you get into 8 sets of 12 at the end of your workout. So you're starting off with 8 sets of 8, and at the end of your workout, now you're doing 8 sets of 12. So the weight is a little bit lighter, but because you started off heavy, your muscles are dying, and then that's just the first month. And so the second month is you start integrating 5 sets of 5. So you're starting off 8 sets of 8, just like you did the first month, but now we're going to 5 sets of 5 at the end of the workout. Hold on a second.
Oh, you got a call.
When you get in, no, you're good. So when you get into that third month, that's when you start integrating into nothing but 5 sets of 5. So the first month, it's 8 sets of 8, and at the end of the workout, you're ending it with either 10 of 10 or 12 of 12 or 8 of 12, depending on what you're doing. But when you get into that third month, bro, it is 5 sets of 5 that entire month. That's all you're doing.
Heavy.
And it's and that's the heavy. That's where everything's heavy. But at that point, it's only heavy because you've grown a lot. More than man, and so now we're trying to give it that last 30 days, and that's where you see, man, that last 30 days you see some real definition, and you're not even going for that. You're not even going for definition, but because muscle burns fat, it automatically starts happening. The only part of the person, the majority of people that you don't see a lot of definition is around their belly. Because they're in their bulk phase,
right?
But I mean, dude, I tell you, taking off your t-shirt's not a problem. It's not a problem at all, because the majority of what you've been doing is, working the entire body. But that's the bulk phase. It's 90 days. And I gave it to my brother. I just brought Anthony. Anthony, you here? I don't know if even Anthony remembers. But I gave it to
Yo.
What's up, bro? What's going on, man?
What's up, man?
You hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, just
saw that racket.
What's going on?
Oh, a little bit of this
driving, dude. 100 miles an hour down 45, baby. That's how I roll.
Oh, you better not. Hey, Mackenzie's on 45. She's gonna pull you over. Where you at?
Nah, I just hopped on a 287H and I'm heading back to H-Town.
Ah,
Shot, I mean hatchet.
yeah, I know. Yeah, but my brother, man, I wish I had his before and after photos. I should have got. I don't even know if he still has them, but he was a pretty big
shredded.
old boy. Yeah, do you put that, Anthony?
Yeah, dude, this is how much he got shredded. I walked into the gym one day. He said, "What's up?" to me. I thought it was a complete stranger. I looked at him. I hadn't seen him about a year since he went into his cave and started working out. Whole new person. I said, "Good Lord, Clint, what happened to you?" He said, "Oh, I just got after it."
Yeah, that's what he did. Hey,
that's right.
Let me tell you how this happened, bro. I'm in Iraq, and I'm just gonna say there was a third country national there from the Philippines, and he had a cell phone. Now the truth is, we're not supposed to have them. But of course, it didn't take long into some weird way. One just fell in my pocket. Well, anyway, that's the phone, by the way, Anthony, that your mom left me a message mad at me while I taught you how to choke people out. Anthony had a whole number of kids knocked out in his front yard because I didn't like the way they would bully him. Now, at that time, he's a lot younger, so he would just say, "Hey, y'all better leave me alone or I'm going to get you." And I'm going to say, "Come here so I can, if they mess with you again, you do this, tell them to leave you alone." But he sure did. He choked out a whole bunch of people in the front yard there. And you can imagine mama coming outside and seeing a whole bunch of kids just knocked out in the front yard. So I didn't get a very nice phone call from her. She was like, "What is wrong with you?" I said, "I'm tired of these idiot kids just picking on him for no reason. I got tired of it." But anyway, that same phone, my brother calls me, leaves me a message. He goes, "Man, when you get this, you need to come." Bro, I'm in Iraq. Bubba, I'm in Iraq. I'm like, why is everybody calling me? I gave the number for emergencies. And of course, I do understand Anthony's mom in her head. Boy, it was an emergency. But I knew they'd be fine. But either way, Clint's like, "I need you to call me, as soon as you can." I'm like, "All right." I call him. Like, "What's going on?" He goes, "That's it. I got a pen and paper." He goes, "That 90-day thing you keep talking about, give it to me." And I'm like, "Bro, hey, I'm not kidding. I'm not kidding." He was dead serious. I said, "Bro, I don't think you understand how hard this is. You're gonna have to do a lot of naps." I said, "You're gonna have to eat a lot, bro, like 8 times." He's like, 8 times? I said, "Yes." I said, "Bro, you have to get up early, bro." And so he's like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "All right, get your pen out." So for about 30 good minutes, bro, I gave it to him. And I told him what workouts to do, and he's worked out with me before, so he wasn't 100% ignorant to working out. And he said, "Okay," and he gave me the date. He said, "I'm starting on this date," and it was probably a week or so away from the day that I gave it to him. And so I'm not kidding. I marked it on my calendar. I said, "Okay," I said, "Don't sit here and tell me I'm sitting here wasting my time, dude, for 30 minutes giving you this, and you're not going to do it." He's like, "I'm telling you, I'm going to do it." I said, "Okay." Bro, I didn't hear from him for like 2 months. Now, again, I'm in Iraq, so I got my own crap to worry about. But 2 months go by, and I get a text message from him, and he goes, "Hey, man, I'm doing good." And I'm going to be honest. In my head, I'm like, "All right, we'll see." Like, okay. And so maybe a couple of weeks later, he said, "Hey, man, I would send you a picture, but I don't want to ruin it." And I'm like, "Okay, all right." And, bro, 90 days were up. And I was talking to my cousin, and she's like, "Oh, my God." So apparently in this 90 days, listen to what I'm telling you, bro. He did the right thing. He didn't go nowhere. Like, my family, nobody saw him for 90 days. All he did was go to the gym, sleep and eat. That's and go to work, of course. That's all he did. So when my family saw him, they were like, "What in the world did you do?" And he's like, he just told them straight up, "Hey, I got after it. I hit it. Yeah. That's what I did." And they, of course, the majority of people, because I'm not there. So they're like, "Well, who's going to the gym with you?" They don't know that I laced him up for about 30 minutes, and I told him exactly what to do. And because me and him have the same genes, I just literally gave him what I did. I just gave him the exact same thing. And, man, when he was done, and I knew Anthony had seen him because he told me.
Shout out to the tuna diet.
Do what?
Shout out to the tuna diet.
The tuna diet, yeah. But I'm telling you, my family, bro, they didn't recognize him. Like that 90-day. And let me tell you, Benny, what I gave him was the bulk recipe. That's what I gave him. I pretty much took the 90-day bulk recipe with the idea that muscle burns fat. And I'm telling you, it was crazy, the results. But again, he put it to the test for real.
That's
and
awesome.
He pretty much told me, if this don't work, you're lying. I said, okay, prove me wrong. Prove me wrong, dude. But yeah, dude, what else you want to throw in there? Obviously, you got 10 more minutes to talk about. Is there something you felt like you missed?
Taylor still, I know he wanted to know about the herniated disc. What could he do? If you got something for him, I mean.
Taylor.
Boys.
Okay, Anthony, man, we'll see you.
Later.
Well, I was going to ask Anthony to talk about, just real quick, he did the, 75 hard, or Anthony, you still there?
Oh, yeah. I did 75 hard, and now I'm starting to train for a half marathon.
Wow.
Yeah,
go
nice.
run tonight.
Awesome.
Nice.
What about it?
Nice. Yeah, no, I was just gonna. Is there a certain? Because obviously there's people that have been asking some questions about some of this stuff. Is 75 hard? Is that like an app, or what? What is that exactly?
It's a program that a guy this company called First Form created. It's basically. You can go to YouTube and look at all of it up, but it's a man by the name of Andy Frisella. The challenge is 2 workouts a day, 45 minutes apiece. One has to be outside. Doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're outside walking, what I was doing is I was working out in the morning, and then I'd go for a walk at night. But they both have to be at least 45 minutes. Drink a gallon of water. Read 10 pages of a non-fiction, like entrepreneurial type book, or like a Christian type book, something that's going to push you forward mentally.
Wow.
Gallon of water, 2 workouts, clean diet as well, and then no alcohol for 75 days.
Yeah, I think
it changes your whole mindset.
Absolutely.
Yeah, well, I think we're going to do our own. I think Grit Mastery is going to make its own little program.
There's one out there right now that's similar to 75 hard, and they're calling it 75 soft, which I understand. Like people have busy lives. I get it, but the whole point of the challenge is to stop giving yourself excuses and just go get it done.
Right.
Dude, I'm extremely busy, so like I have to get up at 4 a.m. There's times I was outside, and it was freezing cold, ice all over the ground. I'm walking.
Mm-hmm.
No one's around, and then you start really realizing, what am I doing? I'm psycho, man. I'm walking out here. It's in Texas. For someone that's used to 100-degree heat, 10-degree outside is really cold to me, right? It's cold anyway, but
set apart mindset.
That's pretty much what it is. And you're walking around and you're realizing I'm the only dude out here. And that's the whole reason why I'm out here, is because I want to be out. And you get a little weird, but I'm telling you, dude, it changed the way I run my business. It changed the way I walk, I talk.
Absolutely.
The way I talk, but it changed my mindset. And so, like, I'm currently weighing 280. I'm about to start really running more than I'm used to running. I still hit the gym, but I'm about to start really running. Like I said, I'm training for a half marathon, but 10K first, and then we'll go up to the half marathon.
Yeah, absolutely.
Marathon.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm sure there's people on here that's gonna try it 100%. I could tell you, sleeping in water that is like literally right above freezing point, like 40-degree, 35-degree water, your mindset changes completely. It's not about becoming a perfect person. I still, I've been alive 40 years. I still haven't met one. I don't know where these perfect people are. I've still not met one. But what it does is it slowly but surely puts your mind in an area to where that without grit, I mean, it's just not going to happen, right? And so, that's why the brand that I created a few years ago is Grit Mastery. And because I believe 100%, not just based on the Bible, but also in this world that we live in, if you can master grit, if you can master that, and you can, then you can achieve anything, because the easiest way to achieve something is to be able to defeat it with your mind. And the only way to do that is to understand what grit is. And, that's all I talk about. Even when I'm talking about the Bible, Bubba, I'm hitting it from the standpoint of grit. Like, you're not just going to defeat me. Like, and I'm talking about feelings. Feelings are not going to defeat me. It's just not going to happen, But Taylor, I apologize, man. We're talking about working out. It was something I did for decades. If it wasn't for my back injury, I'd do it even more. But like I said, medication, and I'm talking about naproxen. We finally got it to a point where it's bearable, and I'm getting ready to get back into that gym. And so with the hurt back, awesome. I'm telling you what you have to do. What'd you say?
Oh, I just said awesome. My bad. Go ahead.
Yeah, no, you're good, man. What I was going to say was, Taylor, you have to get a PT, man, a physical therapist. You need to find one and, allow them to kind of twist you around and move you around. And, because it's a healthy way. They're trying to show you what you can do and what you can't do. And you need to start gaining confidence back in what what your back can do and what it can't do. But I will say this, losing some body fat first is the best thing to do. So just like Benny was saying, he went out and just started walking around, and it was probably a good thing that he got the job that he did, because I guarantee that job, it helped you kind of get in that mindset, bro, because you got to walk around.
Absolutely.
Hey, Benny, what job was it, bro? Were you working for Amazon picking up orders or what?
U-Haul. We were building a whole new U-Haul storage building from scratch. So, wow. Yeah, it was lots of walking. It was an old Kmart building. I say from scratch, but it was an old Kmart building. So everything got gutted. And if y'all know how big them Kmarts are, man, they huge. They are bigger than Walmart. So,
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, walking in that whole building constantly.
Yeah. So I'm just telling Taylor, dude, I'm telling you, man, you need to go see a physical therapist. Tell him that, about your back, and tell him you want to get back into working out, and just say, hey, can you help me? Like, help me, if I'm doing chest, do you think it's better to do this? Now, if you're having someone that doesn't know, that's the wrong physical therapist. You need a physical therapist that focuses on the back. And, that person, and it doesn't matter if it's a male or female. I was just fortunate enough to have one that's been doing this for 20-something years. And, because he usually works with service members, most guys, especially in the service, they like to go to the gym. So it was something that he was prepared for when I went in there. But find you one that's dealt with bodybuilders, that way they can help you, because every back injury is different. So like for me, I used to literally when I did bench, I would lay down, and to be honest with you, it didn't really matter where I positioned my feet, but now it does. I can't just, like normally you put your feet on the ground, you're lifting weights, and you can use your feet to kind of, in a weird way, help you push up. Bro, I can't put that pressure on my feet. Yeah. So now what I do is I either cross my legs right in front of me. It's kind of weird, but what it does is it allows my back to stay, the lower back to stay on the mat. Yeah. And it just keeps it flat. There's no twisting and any of that. Every once in a while, if maybe one side of my lower back hurts, I put my feet on the bench, and the one that's hurting, I cross it over with my ankle over my knee. And now there's no weight on that. It's on my other side. And so I'm learning how to tweak working out. And so when it comes to working out my chest, that's just my chest. Curls, like my biceps or triceps, I try not to do a lot of stand-up curls, because holding that weight in the front can cause some discomfort on my back. So now what I do is I like preacher curls. Preacher curls is where you have that mat on the back of your triceps. And so all the weight isn't held by your back, it's held by your elbows, like all the weight's on your arms. So I do a lot of curls like that now, or the machine curls where you're sitting on a bench and the machine, you're sitting down, but it's a machine. I do a lot of those now. When I do my back, I do not do back rows, which I hate because I used to lean forward and get that full stretch. Oh, yeah. So what I do now is I just sit up and I do the machine where it has like this cushion, and your chest is right against that cushion, and you just pull. It's like a row. It's the same thing. You just don't get that stretch. So what I'm saying is, the more you play around with all the machines, man, you'll know, like, okay, I can't do that no more. I'm not doing that. But I'm telling you, I have gotten great results even with this injury, as long as I slow down, and just do. And then squats, oh man, I have to use a Smith machine. There ain't no more free weight. Yeah, there ain't no more free weight squat, man. That's done away with.
They completely, when I was talking to the last PT that I talked to, they said no free weights other than like dumbbells and like the tricep bars at the most.
Yeah.
Because of how dispersed my back injury is. They said you could sneeze wrong and just be paralyzed.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh great.
Yeah, that's bad.
Yeah, what I'll say, I'll say this last thing, and I'll say this last thing so Benny can get his last piece in there. But let me see. So how do I say this? I'll just say it this way, like, or I'll just say it the nutrition way, man. Look, anybody that's got a back injury, it is inevitable. If you're not careful, you're going to gain weight. So nutrition is key, man. Nutrition, Absolutely. And like Benny was saying, what was a question I asked you that made you go over that? When he was talking about detox, I'm telling you, if you haven't done that, man, just try it. Try not to eat nothing for 2 days. I know it's not easy, but Benny's not the first person to tell me they get energy after they do this. I myself, now 3 or 4 days is the longest I ever went without eating. And I'm telling you, I specifically remember thinking to myself, like, man, I feel light. Like, you just feel light, man. Like, oh my God. And the energy is there. It's really weird. But let me see. Well, when I was asking, no, that's not it. Here's a key point that Benny made, man. And I got it under 9A right here, where he's talking about to cut out processed food, no sugar. There's a diet out there, and I hate to even bring this up, but I'm serious. If you've never tried the carnivore diet, man, you give it a shot, because it cuts out a lot of junk. It cuts out all this stuff that Benny was talking about, and you are eating a lot of meat, but you are doing some exercises too. So it's not like you're eating meat without exercising. But if you were to cut out all fast food and all like sugars and processed, and you were just to kind of go to more of a natural or like organic, you'll get energy just off that after a few days. Like after about 3 or 4 days of doing that, you'll have a lot more energy than you did.
Yeah, I guarantee you, in a month's time, just 1 month, 30 days, if you didn't eat processed foods, sugary drinks, fast foods, and anything with added sugar in it, I guarantee you in 30 days, unless you just eating in a surplus, you're gonna look different, you're gonna feel different. I guarantee you, if you just cut those little 3-4 things out. Yeah. So my last little piece, I guess, if anybody is really interested in making a change and doing it it don't have to be fast. You can do it in 10 months like I did. I say get you a kitchen scale. Learn how to read the labels, and there's another app. I wish we would have got it in there earlier. It's called Yuka. I'm gonna type it in the chat. This app,
type it in there.
You scan the foods, and it gives you a grading on the food. and it'll tell you, oh, this is 40 out of 100, and it'll tell you why it's bad. It'll show you all the additives and what those additives cause on down the road. So I would say get a scale, get the app.
Hey, Benny, can you give them a brand or a name of a scale that you like?
I just KitchenAid. I'll put it in the chat too. But they have $10, $12 scales at Walmart. They work fine. I like the digital ones. I don't like the butcher scales, with the bowl on top and weighs in ounces. But I like the digital scale where it's in grams and you can get it pretty accurate. So I weigh everything in grams, and I weigh my liquids in milliliters because it's basically the same thing as grams. They're interchangeable. So I say start weighing your food so you know exactly what you eat. Weigh your oils, your butters, your ranch, your dressings, all that. That's the good thing about this is
what is that? Hold on. What app is that?
It's Yuka.
How do you spell that?
YUKA.
YUKA. And what's the purpose of this app? Because I never even heard of this one.
It's if you scan your food, it'll give you a grading on your food. So, for instance, Ezekiel bread and all the Ezekiel products, it gives you a rating of 100 of 100. So that means that's the best product you can get right there as far as bread, as far as cereal. Like you might scan some cheese and it'll tell you 20 out of 100, and it'll have all these remarks about the additives and
how do you scan the food? I've never even done that. I don't even know what you're talking about.
It has a barcode symbol on it. You hit it, it opens your camera on your phone. You scan the barcode on the package, and it'll give you the feedback. It'll just basically read back the label to you, and in short, it'll tell you all the additives and preservatives it has in there and how harmful they are, what they are, and what kind of problems they cause. And
somebody had said something about finances. Is it expensive to do this?
No, it's actually
healthy?
cheaper. I actually save money meal prepping. We didn't go over that much, but I actually save money by prepping my meals. If you don't like to eat rice and chicken every day, that's the true grit mastery right there. Focusing on those same meals every day. If you eat for pleasure, this might not be for you. Now, the food becomes pleasurable over time, but you need to eat for purpose. But if you can't eat everything, the same foods every day, just ingredient prep. Make some ground beef, make some chicken, and then you can do wraps. Maybe you can make some spaghetti. Maybe just have a variety of food. But it's if you're gonna be on this journey, and I think take it serious and not leave yourself out to the dry, you need to prepare your meals. I'll cook a week's worth of food at a time, because if I don't have my food with me, that's when you might stop at McDonald's and boom, there you go. You didn't make a mistake.
Yep.
So I'm gonna give you an example. So you see this right here. So you hit scan, right? And I'm gonna scan this. It's probably gonna be 0 out of 100, right? These cookies.
Oh boy, he already got the cookies out.
Yep. So it says 11 out of 100. Now go up. Now scan it up. Go up. Yeah. Now hit that additives button. It tells you all the additives. Now you can hit more info. Right there, the blue.
In the blue.
Yeah. Now it tells you what these additives are, and if you click on them, it tells you what they are and what kind of problems they cause on down the line. So you want to stay away from anything that's red. See, a lot of food has those lecithins or lecithins, whatever they call them. But,
wow, I didn't even know this app existed, bro.
Yeah, it's awesome. And the good thing about this app, you get all the features for free, but you can't search. You can't use the search technique, so you would have to have the physical package to scan it. But if you buy it, you can use the search. If you remember a product, type it in, and then it'll give you the feedback. But the good thing is that they let you buy it for what you want to pay for it for. It's so that it ranges from $3.99 to $12.99, and you can pay whatever you want to pay within that price range, and it's a one-time payment for life.
And you see,
that's actually
I scanned these cookies.
That's a cool app. Yeah, man, the picture showed up and everything.
And since it's bad, it actually, because it gives recommendations to substitute that with good stuff.
Yep.
Wow. No
so like
way.
all these you could actually
God, bro, like everything's
this is the
done
cheat
for
code.
you.
This is what we got these days. So there's no
Teddy Grams.
Wow.
Look,
That's
Teddy Grams
sweet.
are good for you, man. Look, Teddy Grams, bro. I'm about to go eat some
Teddy.
Yeah, they're
Teddy.
not bad. They got
I
a
like
little
that.
bit of additives.
Why
like that.
Why are these cookies so bad though? I mean, it says 11 out of 100. When you look at it, it doesn't really have a whole lot of additives. It was only but one that was really
you
bad.
got to look at the sugar and look at the calories.
Turn it around, bro. How many carbs are in? Get the actual package and tell me the servings on there. How many cookies per serving?
It's seven servings, or 7 per serving. So you eat 7 cookies.
So
per
7
serving.
cookies. All right. So look, 130 calories, bro. So if you eat 7 of those cookies, that's 130 calories. And how many carbs does it say? Where's the carbs at?
22.
22 carbs, and how many sugar?
Probably 22.
Probably 30.
Sodium, carbohydrates is 22. What were you asking for? Sugar?
Sugar, yeah.
0.
Okay, well then how many
I said 8
saturated?
grams.
No,
Yeah,
it
how many
says 8. It says 8.
8. Okay, so you got 8 grams of sugar per 7 cookies, bro. So that means if you eat 14 cookies, you got 16 grams of sugar. 40.
No, it's only 5 cookies.
Oh, I thought he said 7.
It's 7. It's 7.
7. Okay, but check this out. It's 130 calories though, bro. And and then watch this. How much fat is in there? That's the number. What the fat? Or trans fat?
Trans fat is 0.
Okay, well, how much fat? Or how much? Okay, 1 point of trans fat. Okay, now.
No. That's regular. That's saturated. Trans fat.
Okay, that's
is 0.
saturated. Okay,
All right, you see that serving size right there, Dre? It says
right
serving size 5 cookies. So that serving it says it's about 7 servings in that container.
Oh yeah. It's
So
5.
So if you
5
eat that
cookies.
whole thing, 7 times 130. That's over 1,000 calories right there.
Yeah, but I want to. Hey, get closer to it, Dre. There's something I'm looking for. Like, get closer than
It's in
that.
Spanish, bro. So you're not gonna.
Oh,
even
well,
understand.
heck. Okay, so I'm telling you, when it says sugar, it says 0. Bro, there's something in there that is
8
sugar.
grams.
No, it's 8. It's 8 grams of
Oh,
sugar.
8 grams. Oh, my Lord. Yeah, but you got 22 grams of carbs, bro. That means if you eat 10 of those, that's 44 grams of carbs and 260 calories.
Well, here's the real kicker is when you read the ingredients, it's gonna be hard for you
There
guys.
you go.
But it says
what's in it?
wheat and then sugar.
Yeah, see?
And the way they
Sugar
do
like
the
a-
ingredients list, they put whatever has the most volume in
At
that
top.
product, they put that first, and then
Yeah.
it goes on down the line.
Right.
What's next? That has the
So
next highest volume.
It's sugar's number 2 on that bad boy.
Yeah.
So let me see
Yeah.
like these bare naked whatever this is.
Oh, that looks like granola. That looks good.
Yeah, but granola.
That might get you a 51 or a 49 right there.
Let me see.
Oh, man. Yeah. Hey, Benny, you got a
There it
minute?
is.
After we get off, I'm going to call you, bro.
Okay.
I'm going to
It's
call
actually
you
not.
here in a minute.
It's
What is that?
57.
57 out of 100. So it's a 50-50.
Yeah, it
But
got
the
rated.
good thing is, you see
got
how it's
rated
all
as good.
green? It's
all
good.
green.
It's all green.
Yeah,
What's that red thing? What's that red?
That means
That's
it's
just
just
calories.
got a lot
That's
of
just calories.
calories.
Okay,
That's all.
the caloric intake
it's
is
kind
high.
of caloric.
Hey, my sister-in-law, I wanted her to come, but she had to babysit today. She would have actually been right here on one of the mics. But she's been a gym rat now for at least a year and a half. And I'm not saying going to the gym. No, she's a gym rat, bro. Like she's in it to win it for real. But she eats these protein pancakes. Have you heard of them?
Yeah, from
yeah.
Zodiac.
Yeah,
or
they're-
Kodiak.
Yeah, Coded Zodiac, bro. She is all about Bubba. She puts peanut butter on them, and that is her thing.
Yeah.
That is her thing. Well,
Yeah,
hey,
those are
man,
If
good,
y'all
bro.
like peanut butter, there's a healthier version. Get the powdered kind.
yeah, that's what she gets.
They take all the fat out.
Yeah. Oh, hey, trust me, because I used to eat peanut butter by the jar. So I'm gonna definitely get the powder one. Take all that junk out of there.
Just mix a little water with it.
And get it. I'm definitely trying it out. But I'm gonna call you here in a minute. Hey, I think it was a good session. Hopefully there's somebody in here that got something out of it. Go work out. We could talk about it when we come on the live, and then we'll probably have a second session about it whenever Benny gets done with his 90-day bulk phase. When are you going to be done with this 90-day right now?
I got about 39 more days, 38 more days, and I'll be done. This is actually a calorie deficit phase. It's more like a cutting phase, and then I'm gonna try Trot's bulking phase.
Yeah, I'm gonna call you here in a minute.
All right,
and we'll talk about that. Dre, you got any? Taylor, either one of y'all got something else to say before we bounce?
No, I was actually looking for I had the powder peanut butter, but I can't find it. I had some in here somewhere.
Hey, Dre, your food is for the day, man, pretty good, man. Stay with that. You be consistent, man. Man, you already know the recipe. You got athletes in the house, so.
Yeah, I know how to do it, man. It's just a matter of sticking to it. That's all it really boils down to. I got a whole bunch of girls in the house, so when they get that time of the month, they want to eat chocolate and stuff, and I got to just stay strong, brother. But that's the hard part.
Yeah, you got to stay strong, bro.
They got all that.
Hey, somebody said I'm not a gym rat. I'm a gym gorilla.
Yeah, I mean,
that's my first cousin. He popped in to show some love, man. He kind of helped me a lot on the journey. He used to be real buff. He was a Marine too, Trot. He said he had He said he had a 200 on the shooting score. I don't know what he's told me, but he said it was pretty high up there. I said, you the guy he need to talk to. Matter of fact, Mike, I want you to follow the host, Trot. This is a brother right here, man. Like, good brother, man. And he gonna introduce you to Christ in the Old Testament. That's a fact. So.
Hey, Gorilla. Hey, Gorilla Mike. What was your MOS? Let me see if I don't even know if he's still here.
Oh, he said 300. He shot.
He shot 300. What was your MOS, Gorilla?
300 is a perfect score, bro.
As y'all can see, he's pretty humble.
Y'all can see he's pretty humble. Yeah. Well, hey, he'll get along with me and Dre because one side of him's a grunt and the other side's a Marine, so we'll do just fine.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay. He said I'll show my resume.
Now he got the results. He used to be swole up, man. He's still somebody I aspire to look like when he was in his 30s. So.
Yeah.
Oh man, Benny, look at this, bro.
What?
This is our staple food. This is our staple food in Venezuela. I can eat this stuff all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Everything.
That's good right there.
That's actually really good. Yeah.
Excellent.
That's
what my yoga registers at 9400. Only thing that I ever scanned that was 100-400 was that Ezekiel. Them Ezekiel products.
Yeah, that's this stuff right here, man. We eat this stuff a lot.
What is that for? Oh, is that to make tortillas or what?
Nah, man, we make arepas. I'm not Mexican, bro.
What's the difference? What's a carepa? What was that?
That's a whole nother live, brother.
Oh God, you got to take a whole live to explain that? Oh my Lord.
That's a whole nother live.
My Lord.
Is it like pancakes?
Bro, it's like no, it's not like that. No. It's like
cornbread.
Can you explain it, Taylor? Maybe you have a better way of explaining it, bro.
Like grits?
Yeah, I'll just show you a picture, bro. I'll just show you a picture.
Yeah. It's the texture is similar to that, but it's different.
Bro.
It's still different.
Oh, bro, that's like pita bread, bro.
No, it's not like pita bread at all. Not even close.
Okay, so is it like, I know what it is. Is it like the bread? Oh, that's what it is. It's the morning breakfast at McDonald's. That's
Black
what it is.
bread.
No, man, it's like corn. It's a corn pocket, basically. Corn.
Yeah, that's pita. It's like pita bread, bro.
Bro, pita bread has nothing to do with corn, bro. Literally.
No, I'm talking about that it's a pocket. It's a pocket like pita bread.
Benny, you probably had hot water cornbread. Have you ever?
I was just gonna say that. Yeah,
that's what it's like. Yeah, that's what it's like. That's the closest thing to it.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well, I might have to start buying some of that then, I guess.
I guess
Well,
y'all click this link and go check out his YouTube. I guess he wants y'all to check his YouTube out. He was pretty strong back in his day, but yeah, try give me a call. We can.
Yeah, I'm gonna
about
call
to
you.
get ready to wrap it up.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, okay. Well, shoot, I'll see you guys in the morning. What? Oh, hold on, Big Net. We say, yo, I'd like to be the next Grip Mastery weight loss champ.
Right.
Well, we're definitely gonna get some Grip Mastery shirts, man. I have some, but they're for my shooter team, and that's not really gonna be relevant. But okay, well, we'll see y'all in the morning, man. God bless. I think the show was awesome. Benny, thank you for coming up and sharing your. I don't care if you've been doing it for 8 months; it's long enough to discuss and talk about it, and to to at least know what you're saying, because you put in the work and you understand what you've learned this past almost year. So I'm glad. Yeah. Whoa, what's that, bro?
Yeah, thank you for having me, bro. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. What is this?
That's the arepa, bro. But you gotta stuff it. You open it, you put cheese.
Is that cheese? That look good.
Beans.
Yeah, that look good right there.
Amazing.
That look good, man.
That's
Healthy
very
too.
good.
Yeah,
real healthy.
all right. God bless, guys. I'll see y'all in the morning.
Peace.
Is there?
All right.